Okay, I think we're live. There we go. Hello.
Off with a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Chloe, aka Manuela Tyson-Bach. Your single victory roll. Happy birthday to you. I should have planned that better.
Thank you.
You're like the criminal one that ran all these aliases.
I know, right? I know, but it's kind of like once you start with one, they kind of go all over. And then now because I have a name twin, it's a little bit easier that way, right?
Oh, to remember, yes.
Yeah. So
today, Cropper. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You got a fabulous. I'm so jealous. I can't even stand it. I'm not talking to Martha, but that fabulous sewing machine. Oh my god.
Well, it was so we've been looking at those auction sites, so that Max auction site. So she was like, "Oh, there's this auction with tons of vintage," and I was like, "Okay." And then I go and I look, and it did have some vintage clothes, but they didn't put any sizing or anything. And then I looked at the pickup date, and I'm like, "Well, I'm going to be on a wine tour, getting MC hammered, so I'm not going to be able to pick it up." So she was like, "Well, if I win something, I can pick it up." And it's like, well, I don't want to bid on something and then you don't win, then you'd have to go. And then her mom decided she liked one of the jackets that I was looking at. She liked one of them and I really liked one. So we went in on the jackets together. Right. And then she felt bad for the sewing machine being by itself. So she was like, "Oh, nobody's bid on it. It'll only be $1." So
it was $1?
$1, yeah, $1 plus fees. So I think it came to $1.19.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, "Well, how many of these do you have? You must have like a dozen already." And then she's like, "I have 8. Oh, this will be 8." And then her husband John was like, "Well, we can load it in the car when you go over there for brunch, and we can just go, 'Happy birthday, here you go.'" Hello, Jamie. How are you? Nice to see you here. We were just chatting away with the lovely Wilma here. Yeah, so birthday stuff, shenanigans today. So yeah, 55.
Oh, you're 55, you young fresh flower.
55 looks like these days, but then it's the Gen X never wants to grow old. What do they say? We were the oldest we were ever been when we were younger, and we were the youngest we will ever be now. Something
yeah,
like
we spent our whole lives reclaiming our childhood.
Yeah. Oh, because we spent it being feral in the outdoors. So
funny, because I'm moving, so I've been packing and kind of going through stuff, and I realized I have a lot of dolls. I didn't think I have a Trixie doll, I have a Rosie O'Donnell doll, I have a Cher doll. Like, there's a little more dolls than most people have who don't collect them specifically. You know what I mean? Like, I have these. I don't play with them, but the pop.
The Jenko Pops or something pop. Yeah. You have a few dolls. I have a Lucio ball. I have like in the 1990s, a remake of the 1950s Barbie, the original one in the stripy bathing suit, and then I have an Ella Fitzgerald Barbie. So those are the 3
wow.
So, Jamie's still a baby.
Jamie says she's going to be 47 in September.
That's still a baby.
In the woods, she's going to be taken advantage of. Watch it.
Yeah, you're as old as you feel, right? So there we go. And I feel 12. Oh, speaking of makeup queens from before, there she is.
Yep, Manuela. Hey, Manuela.
Hello, darling. Can't wait for our next collab. We're already planning. I think probably going to shoot it this weekend.
So, Chloe, do you have birthday presents to open?
Well, I have some to talk about. Because for my best friend, it was a wine tour, nice. and did some little thingies. And then for my parents, cash. Cash is king, as they say.
I always know which one.
Yeah, and then what else did I get? Oh, and then I got a couple things here. So I thought, well, first off, because it looks like Martha is not here yet. So we will show what I got from you, my birthday Faerie, hence the title. So first off, the Haggard palette, or from Haggard Cosmetics, I guess, Daughter of Satan. So I don't think you've had a chance to see it other than photo, probably. Hey,
I've never heard of them before, but I have to tell you, they were so great because when I initially ordered it, I had put your address in, but it showed it was coming to me, and I'm like, well, I don't want it. Send it directly. To get to you anyway. And so I contacted them right away, and then that evening, I think he got back to me and said, it's handled, no worries, and yeah, they got you pretty quick. I was very impressed.
Yeah, it was really quick. So there we go. And then they have in, I'm going to say Chinese, they have the colored names on the paper. And then inside they have them in English. So look at that. Yeah, they looked really good. They have something new, I think, coming. So I've been eyeing them for quite a while. So, and then
you have given me 3 suggestions because I asked you. I'm like, I'm not buying you makeup you don't want. What do you want? What won't you buy yourself right now?
Yeah.
And you sent me a couple, and I wish I'd waited because there were a couple of other things that came out after the fact. But then I revised what I sent you because I didn't think initially it was going to get there in time. It scared me. I was scared.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it is beautiful, and of course it's on theme. So, what is it? Dolly Nanu, Bloody Sinful, The Fire of Elf, Fallen Angel, Tombstone, Spirit, and Satanic Soul. So they fit with the Daughters of Satan vibes. So there we go. So I got that there, and this one. And then I was gonna open it on air, but then I was like, well, then I need to know if I need anything for matchy or anything. So I opened up my Blend Bunny present, and it's the oranges. So excited! It's the one I really wanted because I
was almost gonna buy myself the pink one, but I thought, you know what? I don't need anything. I don't need it. That's the problem, you know. It's like, do I want it? Yes, all the time. I want all of it all the time.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, and Jamie, you're right. There's so many indie brands. It's over and over. There's so many. It's just like there's no possible way to catch up with everything that is out there. And then you've got all your favorites releasing stuff like this.
You just jumped on the Unearthly bandwagon to get their mystery box from summer last year at a and I really wish, because I sent you the large one I had. I bought the smaller one because I like the blush better.
I know it may end up on your end of town. You never know.
Shut up.
Because I really wanted. It was funny. The small one, I loved the palette kind of better, and then in the big one, I was liking the orange blushes better. So I was like, too bad you couldn't mix and match your for $20 for the small one and $40 for the large one, and you know how expensive they were, right? Or they know everything is there, right? So I guess not as many people liked it, but yeah. So
look at that.
This, right?
Oh, gorgeous in person.
Yeah, yes. It's called Solar Flare. Oh, the Solar Flare Dimension palette. So so Ellis Atlantis.
I think I watched 2 videos of yours and you said how much you wanted that 4 times. So I was like
out of the whole collection, like the palette looks like a good rainbow palette with some nice lights and darks. But if
the perfect carnival palette, then get the Ellis Atlantis one with Blend Bunny.
Exactly, right? But once you have 1 or 2 rainbow palettes, you kind of got all of them, right?
A lot of Americans, they don't have a lot of Be Perfect stuff because it's European. So it's a great introduction for Ellis and I think also Blend Bunny for the British.
I think it's a great collab. Look at these. So that was Scorched, Heat, and now it's Flare.
Nice. Oh yeah, lovely. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, because you really
swipe, right? Yeah, gorgeous. And the packaging is so nice. I think that was the other thing that was the slight disappointment with the palette was I was seeing this and then my little gothic heart was going, and then it was like, oh, rainbow palette.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Okay. And then I saw the blushes and I was like, holy sheez, I love these. So I was almost tempted, but my Faerie came through.
That's the other thing with makeup people. You want to surprise them and they've already bought it themselves.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? But yeah, so yes, there's my beautiful things, which we will be using today. And hey, Darcy, hello.
Oh, Darcy's here. Hey, Darcy.
Yes, and then I left because I wanted something to open this morning, so I saved my present from Martha, and it was everything. It was in pink. It was like a pink bag, pink paper, and then you up, and then it was this beautiful, and it's from Trixie Cosmetics. So
nice.
Hearts here, her little Trixie symbol, and then so excited. So the first thing I had actually opened before this was this, and it is the Advanced Angled Cheek Brush.
Oh.
So I only have 2 of my own Trixie brushes, so I was quite excited. So it's like that, and it's
these are big handled ones.
Yeah, so it's a nice, big floofy one. I have. I put them here somewhere. Oh yeah, put them in the bag. I had the original 2. I had was. So I thought I just used Trixie brushes today. Was with her bronzer release. It was bronzer with a sliver of highlighter. You could get a brush and a little highlighter brush. So these were the only 2 I ever owned. So now I have.
I got 2 of her smudger.
Yeah.
Because they're huge. They're dry queen size.
Yeah. No, and then also inside was another set of brushes.
Nice.
Yeah. So now I have my own, basically pretty much a full set.
Nice.
Brush, blush brush, highlighter brush, a whole bunch of brushes
here. Brushes. I really like them.
Yeah, and I don't need any powder brushes, like powder, like face powder. I've got so many. And you can never have too many face brushes. And then these are all marked with the Trixie logo. So yeah, so I thought we could play with that today. Use those for my brushes and do a little.
Darcy. Darcy's telling me I look gorgeous. I'm trying new makeup.
You always look gorgeous.
Not really a smoky eye, but kind of a smoky. I have very small eyes. If I do a smoky eye, they disappear completely. So.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yes.
But yeah, I like it.
Yes. So yeah, so I thought that's what we would do with play with my birthday presents and do my look for. We're going to the Arcana Spirit Lounge. So it's like a gothy, witchy vibed lounge. Yesterday they had for World Goth Day, they had like a small market where they had all spooky vendors come. And of course, my birthday is the day after World Goth Day, but here we are. So yeah, there we go. So I guess I should start with doing something. So let's looking at our Haggard palette here. This is so pretty. And then lucky, I had ordered because they only have sales twice a year was Mooncat nail polish. So my order came in like 2 hours ago. So I was like, yay, I can do my nails. So it's supposed to be a matte black, but then I put a topper on it and now they're shiny. Or like a matte black purple. And then I was like, oh, what's going to happen if I put the topper on there? And I'm like, well, it's no longer matte, but it's still very pretty. So
I have a finish, like a nail polish gloss that goes matte.
Yeah.
So what you put on it, you can put this on, it'll just be the matte. I love matte nail polish. I think it's fun.
Oh, I love it. But normally you go and they put on the color and then they have to put a separate top on. So when I was first putting it on, it was really shiny and purple. And I'm like, oh, maybe I had to buy something else to make it matte. So I'm just going along. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, it's going matte. So yeah, so it does. So you don't need that second topper. It goes automatically matte as it dries. But like I said, I ended up ruining it by putting a topper on it. But I thought, well, I was still getting ready and stuff. I said I wanted to take a chance that they last longer, right? So
I saw on Instagram a nail technician taking whatever the product is they make nails with, like the moldable thing.
Yeah.
And they put it around something round, like a tube,
Okay.
and they made a ring. They hardened it, UV hardened it and everything, and then they went at it with a Dremel, and they made the ring. They painted it to match nails they had put on somebody, and so the ring went on like the finger, just in the knuckle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But it
Yeah.
matched nails. I was very impressed with that. I thought that was
That's very cool.
a neat, interesting way to kind of make it different.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. People are so talented. I'm only good at buying things. I'm not good at the making of the things, just the buying of all the things.
But you have a good eye for the stuff you buy.
Well, it's funny. So my one of my best friends was saying that too. She says, "Oh, everything looks so good in your house. Everything is all kind of organized, right? Everything I'm starting to look like a thrift store." And I said, "Well, that's why I started reorganizing my room again, because I was feeling the same thing." But once you kind of theme things, vignette things, kind of put them together that they make sense, then it has less of that feel. If you just jumble, like if I would take my lady heads and put Barbies in the middle and, a bunch of random stuff, that's what it would look like. It would look like a clutter, right? But I have like my lady heads together, or I bought this for $5, a 1970s calendar, and it had a cowgirl on it. It looked like a pinup cowgirl. And I was like, what am I going to do with it? And then I was looking for something to put by my keys. And then I noticed my keys were a horseshoe, cowgirl framed,
Nice.
little country vignette, right? So sometimes if you put things together in themes, then things look better. So that's how I do things when I do things. I have like colored themes or something so that it goes together and it fits together versus just having a pile of stuff together. So that helps me make a place make sense or look better, right? So now she's been starting that, and then we told her it's better to have like 3, 5 like that to do uneven, or if you do ones that are even numbers versus uneven numbers, that they have to balance, right? So so it's usually better if you do uneven numbers, because then they don't have to be the same size or height. But if you're doing, say, 2 and 2, it's always better if you kind of like 2 the same and then 2 the same. So that way it balances itself.
Yeah, I like odd numbers. I'm a 3, 5 guy myself.
Yeah. And that usually, like I said, for making things make sense in little displays, it usually looks a little bit nicer to have to have uneven numbers. So that's what I try to do. But every once in a while you end up with an even number until you buy that next thing that makes it. So there you go. Lessons of a shopaholic.
I've been thinking about you a lot the last couple of weeks because I'm moving, and I finally just found out today that I can pick up the keys to my apartment on the 19th of June, which means I can move that weekend, like the 22nd, 23rd.
Yeah.
Because the end of June in Toronto is Pride weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So it's like, I didn't want to have to try and move. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
So if I'm picking up the keys on the 19th, which I think is a Tuesday or a Wednesday, I can already have the apartment booked to move in for the Friday or the Saturday. So
nice.
I'm going to find out from my friends if there's anyone available that can kind of just help me out on this end as they take everything. Because I think I'm going to be able to get everything packed. I started packing stuff from behind me here. Like some of these boxes are already empty.
Nice.
Mine, the drag queen. A lot of drag queens, when they travel, especially to do shows like out of town, but those big canvas roller suitcases you can get at those little luggage stores for $10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're the cheapest of them. Drag queens use them all the time. They're huge. So my friend brought over 5 of them. 5. They're huge. I've filled 4. 2 were filled just with wigs. I don't know how I've become this person, but I've got one more empty one. I've got a hard case suitcase that I've already filled with my stuff, and then there's another suitcase that this friend gave me that's for clothing, and it's a good suitcase not to get rid of. But the other ones that they gave me, they said, "Oh, you can get rid of them after you move." And then I think what I'm doing is I'm just going to get boxes, and like as I get closer to the date, I'm just going to start putting stuff in boxes. Like,
do you have recycle in your building? like an area where they recycle boxes and stuff, where you can go in between. You're taking out your garbage to see if anybody has got some good Amazon boxes or anything.
Yes, no. Yes, yes, we have a recycle area and stuff like that, but they usually, those things are all broken down.
Oh, well, you just get a tape gun on Amazon. Or if you had a real estate, get them to buy you.
Bound for, like they have for the garbage truck to pick them up, like they're, yeah. And,
They have to rip them apart? Like, do they have to rip them apart, or just untape them and...
Yeah, they use a binder as well, like to bundle them. Ooh.
Yes, Darcy, it is Haggard. So excited. We're starting with the Satanic Soul, which is looking as black as my soul. So there we go.
Who made that palette, Chloe? Who made the palette?
Oh, Haggard. It's Haggard.
Oh, the company is Haggard.
Yeah. I don't know if it's Haggard Cosmetics or if they just go by Haggard. But yeah, no, I've been watching them for a while. I like them and what's that other one? Shall We? So they're also an Asian brand that does fun little palettes. They're the ones that usually they'll do a release and you can get a mini one on a keychain. And usually if you're the first X amount of people, you get them for free. So that's pretty cool. Oh, thanks, Darcy. I'm really liking this color. Very excited. I was bad at the sale. Well, their boxes, when Mooncat sends them, it has a 4 spot in there. So like last time I ordered the top coat, 2 shades, and then one of those magnets. And then I didn't know how they pack them. And then they kind of had the 3 shades and then the magnet in the 4th one. So this one I ordered 3 shades and the base coat. So now I have the base coat and the top coat, and it fits nicely in the 4 box. So if you're ordering from Mooncat, order in 4s. And then it comes in a nice box. And it came really quick. They sent by UPS, but I think you get your taxes and everything when you buy it. It's all in one already. You don't have to worry about it.
Darcy says that she used to work for Chanel, and she has a bunch of brushes from there when she worked there.
Oh, and that was probably the good ones back in the day too.
Brushes too. I've been really big on my P. Louise brushes lately, only because I just got like a bunch of stuff. David Burkett sent me 2 or 3 different things that all had brushes in them for P. Louise.
Yeah. And
they're really, really good brushes. So what I decided to do was use them. So I've kind of put other brands kind of away, or especially brushes shapes that I have already in the P. Louise. So just kind of, rotating them.
Yeah, I took some that I had and made them into a travel kit. So they're ones, if something happened, like if they all got stolen or whatever, I wouldn't cry very hard. So I have I think it's like dough color and a couple other ones. I think a couple of my really old MAC brushes in there. And then I gave some that I bought. It's a brand that everybody pushed. Now I can't remember what it is. I bought a set. They were nice enough, but I gave them to another friend. And then I've set out in some lady heads and stuff my favorite brushes. But I don't need any more brushes. But I am a sucker if I see some really nice brushes.
Oh, me too. It's terrible. I love a good brush set. Sure. If I remember the last time I bought Makeup Artitude, had the Maneater release, and there were brushes, so I got the bundle because it's brushes.
Yeah. I was upset that I didn't buy the bundle in the end. I was like, oh, I should have done it.
Yeah.
You do what you do, right?
Maneater palette?
I got the palette, and then they released palette. They released half lashes, so I got the half lashes. And one of the 2 highlighters that they had a more expensive multi-chrome, and then they had a slightly cheaper duochrome. But I actually color-wise like the cheaper duochrome, so I thought, well, I'll just get that instead. But then, afterwards, it's like, oh, those brushes look really, really good. But, you do what you do. So, all right, this black in here is really excellent, and it blends really, really nicely. So there we go. Yeah, I heard that Singe were good. Who has them? Who do I know? Somebody in my makeup group. Oh, Teresa. Teresa bought the first set of brushes from Singe. That's Angelica Nyquist's brand, I think. She loved them. So she loved them, and she could. And then when she released the second set, of course, Teresa being Teresa, I think she ordered them as well. So, and then she's hoping to get more when the first set gets released again, because I think they've been out of stock since they were first released. But I heard that they're really, really good.
Yeah.
But I don't watch it anymore.
I just couldn't get over how much they were.
Well, I mean, if anybody's going to know brushes, she's going to. She's quite the she has quite the love for makeup brushes. So, I mean, if she says a brush is good, I would think they would be. But then I don't really follow her anymore.
No, I don't either.
Since she moved to the US, it hasn't quite been the same. Too much Sephora stuff and that sort of stuff. So
she's very interested in being who she is, which is fine. It's just me. Yeah, there's a couple of people I stopped following just because it was like, oh, you talk like millions of people are listening to your every word now. And the fact that you talk like nobody was listening to you before. So.
Yeah. Well, it should be like talking like, I think that's the easiest way to do this is to talk like you're talking to your friends, right? And then after a while, you know, if you've got a good group of people or you follow good makeup people, you end up getting, you know, some nice friend, at least online friends to talk to, right? Oh, I bet you had amazing free stuff back in the day, Darcy. Chanel, that would have been awesome. Did you get like Chanel bags and stuff or just the makeup? Nosy Parkers would like to know. Yeah. No, Darcy, she's like, I'm one of those people who use garbage bags and just throw in stuff at the last minute and like, nope.
I do that with unpacking as well, but then all those bags go in a box.
There you go. Yeah, I'm a little bit too for that, I think.
A lot of stuff that I can like start washing and boxing. I've already boxed a bunch of teacups. I have a small box that I put all of my nail stuff in. I have this ottoman that's for storage, but there's nothing really heavy in it, so I'm just going to leave it. And then everything else, it'll just be down to, you know, I have a couple of fans. I'll just make sure the cords are secure, and I like to put a bag over the head of the fan just to keep it from knocking into things or so. I don't know.
Yeah. Darcy, adulting is overrated. No adulting needed.
Yeah, no kidding.
No adulting required.
But I'm excited to move. Like the idea, like I'm going to put this wall unit that's behind me here in my bedroom. And the fact that the only furniture I have in this room right now is my bed, which is right over there, and this.
Yeah.
So that's all my furniture in the bedroom, except for my desk with my computer. And this table that I use is a folding table, one of those industrial folding tables. So I'm just going to fold it and put it away. And then I have covered square oblong ottoman, which I think it's warped or something because it'll fall in on itself now. It doesn't rest on itself the way it used to. So it might be something I might get rid of. I don't know.
Well, in the beginning, because now you're going to have so much more space, right? Like you're going to probably use everything that you've got furniture-wise, and then you can decide what you want to keep, what fits better, and what new stuff.
It could still go in my bedroom and be a good storage for sheets.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and towels or seasonal things that you only have out a certain amount of time, so you can swap summer, spring, winter, fall sort of things into there.
I have a lot of clothing. Like I'm going to use most of the closet space in my bedroom to store my lights and stuff, so that they're not always out and in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my computer and table, my office chair. I've got 4 chairs for my balcony, and that's furniture. That is my furniture. It's pathetic. I'm moving in with nothing. So the nice thing about that is I'm not married to anything. I don't have to make anything work. So I'm moving in, and I'm just gonna like live with it, just get used to the space and see what I want. And
100%, because you've lived in that same space, what was it, 12 years? So it's nice to, if when you go into a new place, your style will change, right? Like when I moved from my first owned apartment to my second, my style changed, and then it's kind of stayed the same, but just evolved more when I got here, right, to this place, which hopefully I'll stay in. So yeah, your tastes change over time, and then sometimes your space dictates something else. So you'll want to, have maybe something new or a completely different look, right?
There's this great store where I'm moving to in Toronto is not far from where I am right now, but it's closer to Cabbagetown. I live in the middle of the gay village in Toronto, off Church Street, but I'm moving over to almost near Parliament, which is Cabbagetown. And on Parliament Street in Cabbagetown, there's this fantastic furniture store called Parliament Furniture. And they're just an independent mom and pop shop, but their pricing and their stock, they have stuff that sometimes you see at Leon's. And they're still doing it less than Leon's is. Like, say, a ottoman or a style of...
Yeah.
But I've been kind of looking at their website. Like, the reason that I've been looking at them is because they're down the street. I could literally make my way over to them. And if all I do for the rest of the afternoon is sit in chairs and sofas and decide what I'd like in my apartment, then that's fine. But the other thing with Parliament Street is that right there also is a Shoppers Drug Mart, a Dollarama, and there's a brilliant health food store that's right there as well. But that neighborhood, like that street, there's a lot of stuff on it. And like I haven't been to a Dollarama because a lot of the Dollaramas near me here have stairs, and I'm not really good on stairs right now. And
yeah.
That one there, just you walk in at street level. And a lot of the stuff that I do, like the reason I haven't been making hats is I don't have all the materials that I used to get at the Dollarama because they're cheap, and I've been trying to find them other ways, like, oh, does Michael sell that kind of thing? It's like, well, yeah, but it's very pretentious. Or can I get Amazon? Well, yeah, but it's not exactly what I want. It's more than I want to spend, so
yeah,
I'm kind of ignoring a lot of things. So I'm excited to, I think my first month living in the neighborhood, I think every day I'm going to try and make a trip to Parliament for one. It's like, today's the Shoppers Drug Mart trip. Back up.
Just be careful with no frills, though. I went once and I was doing some shopping. And I'm like, oh, this is cheap. And then I was looking at peanut butter, and I was like, oh, I haven't heard this brand before. Is it like natural? What kind of sugar do they use? And it was peanuts, salt, fish gel, and I was like, excuse me? They put fish gel in their peanut butter. So I highly recommend any brand you're not familiar with and no frill, read the instructions. Because even
the store that's right there, they do fresh ground peanut butter. And that's my deferral. Like I always just buy peanut butter. Like
that's what I like too. But sometimes when you're somewhere else and you're like, and then sometimes they're hit and miss with what stock they have. So I thought, oh, this is a no-name peanut butter. It's probably going to be okay. But just in case, it was like, holy crap. I mean, even if you're somebody who eats fish, nobody wants fish gel in their peanut butter. It's a crazy thing.
To it only in that I haven't been grocery shopping in a long time. It's always been delivery, But I really do like Cabbagetown. And then in September, there's the Cabbagetown Festival, which is like a street fair. And that would be nice to, shuffle over to and have a look at.
Oh, no, that's awesome. All the new things in your new neighborhood you can try out.
And then the other thing, my apartment is bigger, as I say, it has a bedroom. But I've been having these weird dreams where I wake up in that apartment.
Oh.
Like, it's weird because I wake up and I think I'm in the bedroom that I will have. And my bed's in a certain place, and I'm like, oh, I'm not here yet. And then I realize I look around and it's my bachelor apartment. But I just have these these weird, very lucid moments where I'm over there.
Your subconscious is decorating already.
Well, I'm already moving, and I'm excited by that because, like, the first thing was, I've known about this move for a while, but I didn't really have a lot of resources.
Yeah.
Because I went to the hospital this time last year, but I had been sick for a couple of years. You know what I mean? And I was in bad shape, and so now I'm at a place where it's like I really thought, oh, I'm going to have to move in with my brother and his wife, but they have two options: the basement, which is unfinished, but it's only one flight of stairs, or the attic, which is 3 flights of stairs and no bathroom up there. So I'd be kind of up and down the stairs all day. I in a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't want to become that crazy in-law that lives in the attic. And then not yet anyway. I mean, I don't mind.
Fair enough.
I was so lucky with my friend who lives over at this co-op just saying, oh, I think they're opening up their waiting list. And my whole thing at the time was, oh, is this a waiting list that's going to happen soon? Like, is someone leaving? And he's like, oh. Or I said, is it something that's happening soon, or is this kind of one of those co-op waiting lists that you can live and die waiting for? He goes, well, more of the second one. He said, the reason that the waiting list hasn't been open is because they don't really have any apartments available, but they're getting ready for the possibility. Ooh, what is that?
That's that light blue, or it's like, it looks like it goes from purple to blue, like it's got some purple in there. So. Yeah.
How many mats are in that palette?
There is 4 mats. 4 mats. A shimmery shade. Oh, they're both shimmers. I thought at first maybe it was a glitter. And blue shimmer and a silver. Yeah, more mats is better.
But
look at that.
I'm going on the 19th of June to pick up my keys. So what I'm going to do that day is I'm going to film the apartment empty.
Nice. Yeah. Martha's here. Hey, Martha. Woohoo. Woohoo.
Finally showed.
I'm using your present. I showed it off earlier.
Yeah.
But you were late.
She's got people to take care of, I guess.
I know. Teenagers and cats. And you can lump the hubby in with teenagers, huh? Yeah, no, that would be good to see, like, before you move in. You should actually do a little series as you're setting stuff up, right? Or at least, like, here's the empty apartment, showing it finished, but also say as you're setting up maybe your shooting area or something, right? Like, everything else you don't need to, but just kind of
setting everything up. You know, like, I mean, I have to hook up the internet, and where's that feed come out? Like, does it have to be attached to it? Like, you know, all that stuff has to be addressed. And then the kitchen, the fun thing with the kitchen is there's a Julia Child oven. It's in the wall. It's not under the hot plate. It's in
okay, yeah.
So I was even thinking, like, oh, I should do some cooking recipe, because I love cooking.
Mm-hmm.
I just have an ugly kitchen right now, but this new kitchen is nice. I could very easily do something in the kitchen if I wanted, but yeah, I'm looking forward to settling in, getting in there, finding a few things.
Oh, did you pick a paint color yet?
Yeah, so I did that a while back, and I picked 2 colors. One was like a nice robin's egg blue, but muted, not too bright, not gray. And then the other was like a nice soft butter yellow. And the yellow going in the bathroom just to brighten it up because there's no window in there. And then the blues going in the main room and the bedroom.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And
Well,
if I want, I can paint them whatever color I want, as long as if and when I move, I prime them so that they can return them to a more, like if I paint them a color that's fine, like it's not too, then they don't care. But
yeah,
like if I want to go with like a, I don't know, like one of those slate blue heritage colors or something.
that's me. If I want to do it, my first apartment that I bought was a, some of the rooms were a heritage green that I looked to find specifically, and then the other one was a heritage blue. So I've tried every color except for the light blue and this pink. But we got them all. The rest of them are
I'm surprised. Oh, that blue is that sparkle
right.
on your skin is gorgeous.
Right? Like, look at that. Yeah, and I just use a little bit of the red underneath the black there.
Yeah.
A little bit to blend. So that looks pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah. Yes. Well, that's good. And then do you have friends helping you move, or do you have a moving truck coming?
I'm sure that I will have somebody, like, if I didn't have anybody on the day to help me move, I'd be fine because I'm hiring movers.
Yeah.
I'm not moving anything on my own. So I'm hiring all those people. If I had a friend here to help me kind of just with the orchestration and then getting back over to the new apartment, that'd be fun. But I can do all that without, I can do that with Uber. Like I don't need to have somebody here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then when the stuff gets dropped off in the new place, like I don't care where it gets dropped off. I'm going to put rooms like, there's only 3 rooms: main room, kitchen, and bedroom, right?
Yeah.
So I don't much care where they put the boxes, quite frankly.
I would just say pick one wall. Like that's what I did when I moved. Oh, here I did my extra bed, my bedroom, because I put my current bed into my extra bedroom, and I was looking to buy a bigger one. So I thought, well, it could be months, who knows, till I get a bigger bed. Throw it all into the bedroom. My last place, I was looking for a new sofa, so it was like throw it against that wall, because the time I get it unpacked, then the sofa will come, right? So I would just pick an area that is that you don't think you're going to use right away, and just slam it all there, and then you can just one box at a time put it in, right? And then if they put it kitchen, living room, dining room, or whatever, filming room, then you can just grab what area you're ready to go for, right? So of course I forgot a sponge. I will be back.
Oh.
Entertain the troops.
I hear you, Darcy. It's hard to find some place to move to. Like sometimes, it's like, oh, I wish I could move, and like maybe I can't, or there's nothing available, or where I want to move is not a lot of people. That's why I'm so grateful for this apartment, because as I said, my friends said, oh, they're opening up the list, but there was no guarantee that this was anything that would even be happening this year. And then it just so happened that they had a place, but they also needed it to be for somebody who needed accessibility, which I do. And they said I was the perfect, like, first of all, I was the first person on the list, but I was also the perfect candidate for their criteria. And it just was like serendipity. Like, on one hand, yeah, a lot of crappy things have happened to me over the last year, but on the second hand, oh my God, like I finally have an apartment I can move to.
Yeah. The stars just aligned, right? Sometimes the stars just aligned for you, and it just worked out.
It was so, like, if my friend hadn't have mentioned to me, it's funny because they did mention to me that the list was opening up, but then they emailed me again after the fact, once I was out of the hospital. Because I think that's where it came up in the hospital. Like, it's like, oh, they've got to move at some point, And he said then, about his co-op, and then I put it out of my head, and then he sent me an email saying, oh yeah, you should, here's the email, just to get your name on the list, and all of that. And I had to have some paperwork from Ontario Works to say that I was on assistance and all of that, and it was all fine. I'm I'm excited, like also like not just to have a, a bedroom for the first time in over 10 years, 12 years, but also to have an apartment where people can come over and visit.
Yeah.
Because, like only my close friends come over because my bed is right there. And although my bed doesn't necessarily look like a bed because it's a single bed, I live like a monk. It's also built to look like a day bed. So
Gotcha.
arranged in a way that's not necessarily so bed-like. But to be able to put that in another room altogether and close the door, or to go into that room and close the door.
Oh, 100%. My friend Dan had a studio for years, and then he originally had a big bed in the living room. So, of course, when he had a party, we were all on the beds. But then he ended up cleaning out his storage room, and it luckily fit a bed in there and then some shelves on top so he could have an alarm clock or whatever. And he could curtain it off. So, he finally had in his studio apartment a one bedroom. It just took, a little finagling, but yeah, the bed luckily fit nicely in there. So, not much else, but at least you can close it off and have a sofa and a dining room table, and then when you have people over, they're not climbing all over your bed for photo ops.
Yeah, right. There's a big storage closet in my new place that runs the width of the living room, like whatever the width of my apartment from that wall over to the end of the apartment. It's about 6 feet anyway deep, but I don't know how wide it is. I didn't look into it. So, because when I went in to see the apartment initially, there's a lot of stuff in a way.
Gotcha.
The person that was in there hadn't really moved out, and there was a lot of boxes and furniture. So it was hard to get a good sense of the size of the apartment.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm wrestling with is how I will film, because my computer is over there against the wall.
Yeah.
And most people film like that with their big room behind them. But because I don't really have a lot of, like, the view from there is very unattractive.
Yeah.
Half of this wall and then my closet's towards the toilet. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I film here. But to be able to film there, like, wherever I want, like, well, okay, well, if I'm going to film against this wall, what do I want on that wall? Oh, I know, a wig closet, Martha. Yeah, I mean, the majority of the wigs that I have will go into that storage closet. Just especially if I can, I'm hoping that I can run a pipe along the top of it and then hang my wigs, because I have wig hangers.
Okay.
Hang them up there. That would be so helpful.
You can get, I think IKEA has them, but I think you can get them in some like home stores. They look like piping, really cool piping, like silver piping that you can just screw into the wall and then hang stuff. And then it looks like architectural kind of. Yeah. I think you can get them in different finishes too, not just like silver if you wanted something that was more rustic or whatever, or white or.
Yeah. There's a Home Hardware on Parliament Street that is a good home hardware, because one side, it's actually a lot of construction stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I've been really frustrated with is I've never really been able to install my air conditioner correctly, because like places like Home Hardware and that they won't take measurements over the phone and ship the piece. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, when I was getting ready to like see the apartment and everything, I thought, oh great, I can go to that Home Hardware and figure it out and have some, And then when I went to sign the lease, they said, oh no, we'll install your air conditioner. Really? And they're like, well, yeah, because there's, like, here where my air conditioner was, there's a balcony. So if it fell out the window, it would just land on the balcony. It wouldn't kill it.
Yeah.
But there, it's not like it's open. So because of that, they want to make sure they install. And I'm like, that is fine with me.
It sounds like Teresa is dead when they were moving from New York. When theirs fell into the courtyard. Yeah. Because I think it was the window cleaners or something were doing something, or they were doing something on the building, and then it knocked the air conditioner down into the thing.
Oh, the dynamic duo video is going to be up probably tomorrow, Martha. I wanted to have it out for today, but there was so much to edit, and I'm still right now, I'm almost done, but because we did the 2 episodes, episode 1 and 2 of All Stars 9, the video is quite long, and the problem with it is that the first half, the All Stars 1 part, the episode 1 part, is the long part. The ball, the second episode, is very short, only because it was a ball. There wasn't that much going on. It was just them sewing that one outfit and then coming down the runway 3 different times. So there was more to talk about for the first episode. So I do believe that the video will only be, it'll be shorter than an hour, but it's going to be long. Oh, I hope I can get it down to 40 minutes, 40, 45, but right now it's over an hour. It's 8 minutes over an hour. I still have to do the screen grabs, most of them anyway, but for the most part, it's almost done. I had to stop that because a friend of mine's having a birthday and she needed somebody to be live on camera.
That's me. I'm the problem.
But yeah, I'll do more work on it after, and then I wanted it for today, but whatever. And then we have let's put it in here. Oh, I see. I combed it the wrong way. There we go. I look in the monitor. It's backwards. I keep forgetting it's.
Oh, well, with you and Ted filming, which will make lots of humor. So it's be like, what can you edit out? Because I bet you most of it's pretty hilarious.
Well, it's funny because sometimes it's not, like a lot of the stuff I edit out is technical. Like sometimes it's like, oh, do you want to do this one, or should I do this one, or you did the last one, I'll do this one, or so, just that kind of like discussion.
Yeah.
And then on some levels, sometimes the randomness can go a little cattywampus, and it's like I'm very aware of not offending too many people. So sometimes the ad libs can get a little. Ted and I have terrible sense of humor. Like we wouldn't. You wouldn't let us on an open mic on a radio station together. I don't. We'd say hateful, horrible things, but they're not meant to be hateful and horrible. They just sounded, and so we're constantly talking about that. So sometimes I edit out things that just go a little too weird, but like I also save them for the outtakes because I don't mind a weird outtake. That's fine. Like I have one. For some reason, Wilhelmina went to say something. She's like, "Oh, this is the other thing. I love Wilhelmina's talking pattern because it's like, oh yeah, and then what's it? And you get it's mumbly, and I don't hear what she's saying. So what happened was she was like, oh yeah, and then she now is that it? A little arc of sounds that came out of her. So that's one of the bloopers. But I always save them at the end. Like what I do is as I'm editing, I take them out and put them at the end. And then when I'm done, I can take them all at once and start for them, and then they're gone. So I think I have about 4 minutes of blooper right now. So
nice. That used to be my favorite thing at the end of movies when they would do the blooper reels. Yeah. Well,
and then with Wilhelmina and I still our extra we talk. It's usually a good ramble. So
thank you, Darcy. Careful driving home, and we love you too.
Drive safe. So I'm that's the process for me. It's like I sometimes also I'm not saying I'm more prepared than Wilhelmina is, but because I've kind of written everything out for the teleprompter in point form, like there's no real script, but it's like, and then they all went down the runway in their outfits. And then I'll cue them up on my computer so we can see them, or I have a description of them. You know what I mean in the teleprompter. But either way, it's not scripted very heavily, and so a lot of the time Wilhelmina doesn't have as many ad libs as I have points of fact. So what I try and do is edit out a lot of my talking, because sometimes I just like, well, that wasn't necessary. Like whatever I said there, that's not necessary. Like that's not advancing the story at all, So I try and do that. And also, I'm very self-conscious of myself. I think I talk too much anyway at the best of times. So I'm trying to develop my listening skills.
Well, that's the hardest thing. I think I'm like that too, because you want to get in your point in the right spot in the conversation, right? So sometimes, yeah, I do that too.
You're looking gorgeous. Is that the new blush?
Yes. So this, I've decided to start. I'm going to start with the lighter one. So do flare and then maybe add some scorch to the top part, seeing how this goes. And then using one of Martha's Trixie brushes that I got for my birthday. Spoiled me.
You like Trixie brushes now, doll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you look gorgeous.
And then I can put my outfit on, and then we can do some hair. If everybody wants to stick around. If not, we can just finish the makeup. But if you want to see what I'm wearing, then you got to stick around.
So has it been a good birthday week?
It has. It was really nice taking it off. I mean, I logged in a couple times, and I probably will tomorrow into work because, of course, before I went on vacation, information that I needed before I left didn't happen. So just so I can forward it on to the girl that's watching some stuff for me. So I got her CC'd on one email. So if that one comes, but there's one that there was some drama with, so I have to wait and see. And then if I get that in time, then I will send that to her. If not, they got to wait till I come back next week. So there we go. Here we go. For all my love of orange, I'm not using the brightest orange, but we're doing, well, not really gothic look tonight, but a little bit darker.
Yeah, I'm pretty gothic. I tried to go kind of gothic. I should have maybe used purple instead of blue.
I mean, when I was younger, it was easier to do a more white makeup, but kind of now as I've gotten a little older, I kind of stay away from that and just do.
I mixed a little white in my concealer. I just try to pale myself out a little.
Yeah, sometimes I do that too, but where's my other brush? There we go. Yeah, so like, what was it? So it's kind of started last Friday. So I'd hoped to take a little bit more of the day, but again, I had work. So I took a few hours off in the afternoon, picked up my best friend on transit and brought her here. And then we went to the pub for dinner. So just kind of like an easy Friday after my work. Oh, okay, story time. So Saturday we did a wine tour. And so we told him we like reds. We're not really white. White is for wussies. Like, go with the reds. So he decided to hit it out of the ballpark right away with this amazing vineyard, which, funny enough, as we're driving up, because they don't have a vineyard front, they're in a warehouse area. And I was like, I think this is where Suva used to be. And sure enough, the winery is right beside where Suva used to be.
Oh, funny.
And they used to have a different name, and now they're called Gate 22. So their theme was related to horse racing with their original owner, but now the new owner owns something at the airport. So now it's related to flight. So it's called Gate 22. Oh my God, the best wines ever. And they didn't do the little pours. So it was like... And then it was my birthday, so they started, like birthday week, so they started us with bubbly. And then the wines start at like, what was it, like $49, $49, $79, $79, $100. So we got because again, my friend booked the Uber package, and then we were doing, so he's like, no, we're not going to do this side, we're going to do this side. We were MC hammered after the first place. It was like, oh my God. And luckily he was Gen X, so he understood all our crazy talk. But it was like, oh my God, so hammered. So he's like, so maybe at the next place we do lunch first. Yeah. It was literally like, woo. And then my friend was like, I feel like ordering wine for lunch. And I'm like, dude, 3 more wineries to go. Like
Happy and Eugenia coming out of the winery on
yeah, it's like, how about some tea? So the first winery was amazing. And she was like, so the wine's here a little expensive. He's like, but he recommended this wine on the other side. So my friend Susan's like, I'm going to go with that. But then as we're going through these wines, they were usually... they jump around. Some will be good, some won't, you know. But this one was literally, as it was going on, getting better and better. And I'm like, I am not buying $100 bottle of wine. My friend's like, I am not buying a $50 or $70 bottle of wine. $100 later, $79. But it was literally the best wine I ever had in my life. Like, she liked the last one that I bought too, so we're gonna use it for her birthday in September. So we're gonna celebrate with that bottle of wine. But yeah, and then I bought they had this cool wine puzzle there, and they only had one because my parents do puzzles. So she's like, "Oh, you can have that one. Just put it together in a box." Sure enough, dumbass left one piece of the puzzle at the winery. So I left a message this morning for them to see if they could mail me the one piece, because I didn't want to drive without, you know, with gas to go out there. So we go to the next place. We have the lunch. I have coffee with my lunch, so it's kind of leveled things out a little bit. Second place, the wine was terrible. I wanted none of it. Though the first bottle was like a rosé, which my mom likes. So I'm like, oh, I would feel bad not buying anything. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy the rosé for my mom. Third winery, the wine was good, but we got from the owner a tour of the vineyards, and they had doggos. So I bought a shirt, and my friend bought wine. And then the last place, the wine was spectacular too. So the first one and the last one were really good. And my friend and I, every time we go somewhere, weapons. There's always somewhere with a weapon that we can take a picture of. It's swords, it's knives. This time it was a cannon. She's like, how do we always find weapons? And I'm like, they find us. So then we had pictures, and it was good. So I was feeling good, loopy, but good. Then the ride home, bumping, up and bumping. Poor me. So we get home, we say goodbye. I could not get in the door fast. So yeah, so the wine went away.
Bless your heart.
Yeah. So I would have been okay had we stopped for another half an hour or so, I think. But right away, jumping into a moving car, oy.
Lot to ask of you.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Delicate condition.
But it was really good. So we did that, and then Sunday I put at last minute. We're like, should we do brunch? Whatever. So Martha, my friend Corinna, and then my best friend Susan and I, we did brunch, which ended up into vintage shopping and coffee.
Oh, you hate that.
Yeah, and then John dropping off the sewing machine to pick Martha up. And yeah, and then Monday was a little bit of an easy day. Took my best friend home. And then Tuesday, I did absolutely nothing. I was in bed all day watching Stargate with cats.
Did you watch Stargate, the TV show, or the movie?
All of them. I love them. I own them all. I own the original movie, all the TV show, the movies from the TV show, spin-off, 9 yards.
TV show you were watching just recently, or the movie?
I was watching the Stargate Atlantis, so I was working through that season.
I actually just watched the movie the other day.
Oh.
I think that's funny that we both kind of watched the same thing.
Yeah. And so then Wednesday I did a few chores and had an easy day. And then today was my Starbucks, my free Starbucks are live. And then the place tonight that we're going to. So Amy's going to pick me up around 6:30. Then we're going to go pick up Martha. Then we're going to pick my friend Jeff. And then we're going to go and drink cocktails. Yes. And try not to get so MC hammered that I can barely make it back into my apartments. That's kind of the
birthday. You don't have to make any promises to.
Yeah, so that's kind of the goal there.
As long as your skirt stays where it ought to, you should be fine.
Yeah.
It's when you end up with your skirt up over your head that all the trouble happens. Trust
me,
you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let me get a detailed highlighter.
Ooh.
The ghost face. I'm using my my last clean brush of Martha's. She gave me. I used them all.
Oh.
I used them all.
Just while we're doing the left.
And then I have my ice cream video going up. And then Martha, she forgot my bag. So I had enough points to get a free bag, but shipping was ridiculous for a free bag. So the owner was really kind to kind of cut a deal with me, and the bag didn't arrive. So then I messaged her last night, and she was, holy crap, I left a big note saying put in a bag with the box, and they forgot. So she has to send it to me separately. But I have an ice cream beauty box video coming tomorrow.
What was the bag that you didn't get?
Well, they have a bag and a box option. So the bag is
Oh,
3 items, and then the box is 5 to 7. And the bag is usually almost more drugstore stuff, right? Except for the one that I bought the last time with the Gourmand girls in it, because I wanted that pink palette.
Yeah.
But yeah. Alrighty. I don't think I want to do lips. I think we should do lips for last, so I don't have it all over my dress. That would definitely be something I would do. Same thing with lashes. So, alrighty. So highlighter was the Ghost Face from Glamlight. My blush, the Ellis Atlantis Blend Bunny. And then, of course, my beautiful Haggard palette, like so, for the eyeballs.
How did you like that?
I did. I loved it. I mean, come on. It's perfect. And then depending on how you shift your eyes, it changes from light blue to dark blue to purple.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty fabulous. Your choice was correctamundo. Well, that's funny. Okay, so I'm going to go. Are you good with me going to put on my outfit and coming back and showing it and doing here? Yeah? Okay, I will be it. It won't take you too long. I have it all laid out. Okay. Entertain the masses.
Let me see who's out here right now. Oh, I hate it when that happens, Martha. I've done that as well. I've been trying a new makeup style. I've been following this new kid on YouTube, and I just have a video coming out where I do like an update on my life, and I use all this Glamlight makeup. Martha gave me the Chucky palette and the Scooby-Doo What-Row Raggy palette, and I really haven't used them. And then Darcy gave me the Wine palette and the Michaela First palette from Glamlight. And so I did a full look with them. But I've been following this kid on YouTube, and just for a different style of makeup. So I did it again today, and I tried to do a smoky eye, which I normally don't do because smoky eyes, I think, make my eyes look smaller. But I don't think this looks too bad. It's certainly a different look. Oh, thanks, Martha. Yeah, I think this is a fun look. This wig is one of Denise Renault's wigs that she sent me, but I had to restyle it, and it's kind of a cross between Ginger Grant and Dora from Bewitched. Oh, thanks, Manuela. I think I'm filming one more thing, and then I'm starting to pack up all the makeup and everything. After I move, as I said, I'm going to do a video of the new place before I move in, so it'll be like an empty apartment. But after I move, I think I'm going to do a makeup palette declutter again. I know I just did one, but I think I might do one for the new apartment because I don't really have any makeup storage in mind. Normally, I have all the makeup in here, in one of these boxes behind me here, and it's fine. But they, in the new place, I could get like drawers or like furniture dedicated for just putting the makeup in and not having to worry about it. So I'm just going to take some time. I was saying to Manuela that there's this great little store in the neighborhood that I'm moving into. It's a furniture store, and they have a lot of great furniture, really cheap, and a lot of people in that neighborhood use them. So I think after I'm in the apartment a couple of days and I start to get a sense of what I want in the apartment and what I need, I might make a trip up there and see if they've got any sales. Sales! Oh my God! But but I'm excited. I get to pick up my keys on the 19th. I'm moving on the 22nd or the 23rd, and then it'll just be clear sailing from there. I don't have to install my own air conditioner. They're going to do that for me because I have my own air conditioner. I just don't have it plugged in, although I needed it today. God, it was humid today. Oh, I didn't think it was that hot until I realized how hot it was. But my apartment faces north, so I don't get a lot of heat in the apartment sun-wise, like weather-wise. If it's hot out, it's warm, but I don't get sun heating up my apartment. The new place, however, faces west, and I feel like I'm just going to have a microwave apartment again. Yeah, I have a couple of videos I need to edit. One specifically, the other I'm not sure. I have a wellness makeup party that I have to keep editing. And, you know, I have to be honest, the only reason that I haven't really edited it aggressively is because I didn't really like the look I came up with for the person I was interviewing. And I feel badly, but it was still a good interview, so I'll finish it. But that's all. Sometimes I'll do a video for myself, and I don't like the makeup I did for myself, and I'm editing it, and I'm like, oh, I can't. I once filmed a whole review of Drag Race, and I had to put on eyelashes. I don't know why. I just had to do it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Martha. As I say, I will post video of the empty apartment, and then I think what I might do is a series of like figuring out where to put things, and you know how am I going to set up a studio in a new apartment type of thing. So, you know, I think I might have, like, you know, you guys can vote on furniture options. What do you think looks better, or what have you? I don't know. But I'm excited because I haven't really bought things like that for myself. And like, as I say, years. The last thing I bought myself, actually, I bought myself a mattress after I got out of the hospital. But I had to. My bed was just awful. But I haven't had a proper, comfortable chair to sit in over 15 years at least. I've always just sat in office chairs in my own apartment. I don't have I haven't had a sofa. I don't have a recliner. None of those things. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking forward to with the new place. Is like, do I want a sofa? Do I want a recliner? Do I want a recliner sofa? Hopefully there'll be sales. There's always sales. Furniture stores are always having sales, so I'm sure it'll be fabulous. But yeah, I'm going to. One of the things I want to get is there's this table. I'm sure you've seen it advertised on Instagram, but it's like this wide, then it pulls out, and it's a big, long, like 20-foot table. Amazon has something similar to that. That table is like $1,500, just the table. But Amazon has something similar to it for $250. It's not as big, but it expands the same way, and it's kind of the same system. So I'm thinking that that might be a good table for my apartment, because I need something to cut fabric on, and also something to sit at to do makeup that's big enough for two people. So when Wilhelmina's over, she and I can sit together. And so I'm looking at that table. I think that's going to be the best kind of solution for me. But as I say, I'm not married to anything. I'm going into the new place completely open to whatever. If the space says it wants this, then that's what the space is getting. I'm not going to overthink it too much. I just want it to look comfortable and inviting. I want people, when they come over, to feel welcome and comfortable. I don't want them to like not have somewhere nice to sit, or, you know. Oh, that's the thing I'm excited about. My balcony is square. I'm actually going to refer to it as the lanai, because it looks more like a lanai than a balcony, because it's square. Oh, there she is. Ooh.
I still got to do my hair and put my earrings on, but.
Oh, that's a gorgeous dress.
And then see if I can show my boots.
Show your boobs.
Nope. Hold on. Let's see if I can show my boots. No, I don't know if I can see if I can see them, but they got spider webs on them.
Yeah.
As close as I can get. And then my cool little bag here.
Adorable.
Yes. And then I have the most perfect compact to go with.
Is that the spider one?
Yes.
From Chantecaille.
No, Chantecaille. I can't afford that. Besame.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yes. Chantecaille. Who can afford that nonsense?
Not
I. Not I. All right. So now it's time for me to do my hair. And then I also have on. Yeah.
Oh, that looks very expensive.
One from you.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Ooh. Looking in a mirror, everything goes reverse-verse. There we go. Somehow. Ah. There we go. Hold on. There we go. That looks balanced. So now I can work on my hair. I don't know how much. Do you remember how much time we get on these live things when you're free?
No, I don't know. I've never had it turned off.
Okay, cool. So hopefully it won't for me either. Oops, I forgot my thing. So I'm going to use Martha's beautiful bag to put my hair rollers in for now. Since I forgot them. So I thought, yeah, so I was going to sleep in my hair last night. And then I was like, well, you know, I'm not getting ready at like 8 a.m. So I think I can set my hair when I get up in the morning and then drive to Starbucks with my hair covered with my things on, and then see if I can do something with my hair, see if it'll listen to me today, or if not, oh well. Oh well. So what kind of stories did you regale everybody with while I was away?
Oh, I just told them where all your bodies were buried.
Oh. Yes, I am the friend with the shovel and occasionally need the shovel. So there you go.
On the other hand, I just leave them by the side of the road.
Trash pickup. There you go. Oh, there we go. And then do we have a live on your channel next week? Or a Patreon meeting next week? Is it next week?
Yeah. Yes, next Sunday.
Yeah, I had to miss the last couple, I think.
It's not this Sunday? Did we do it last Sunday? We did it.
Maybe it was last Sunday, right? Because I missed.
So, yeah,
because I missed one, right? So it would be this Sunday?
I think so.
Okay. Well, that's good because this Sunday I have. My only plans were to do not a heck of a lot because I have to go to work on Monday. But the one thing I did notice in quickly checking my work email, at first I thought I had 2 meetings on Monday, including one making me have to go to the office. But the one that I would have had to go to the office for got canceled.
Nice.
So, yeah. So I don't have to go to the office on Monday. I can go my normal Tuesday. Oh, there's always going to be one hair that gets caught in these things. It makes me crazy.
Now it's my turn to go up camera. I'm just going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. So who's still here? Anybody still here? I see Martha's here. My name twin is here. Yes, I thought it would just... So I told Wilma, was like, oh, should I come with total makeup on? And I'm like, well, you can either do total makeup on or do part of it on or none of it on. So you have something to do when I'm like getting changed or something, or regale the masses. But she got it on just in time. And I was like, you know, just in case it's just me, you, and Martha, because you never know. Because with the UK hours or time, it is very late over there. So I love the photos and the little videos from your trip, Manuela. They were awesome. Did you end up being able to meet Elena? Did you guys meet up? if you're still there. If not, I will bug you later to find out. Okay, I think I have all the curlers out. Brush, 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 comb, comb, comb. All right, let's see if I get it to do anything. Oh, I should have brought the other. Oh, that's sad. I wish you could have had a chance to meet. Oh, I'm just gonna drop everything now. Oh. Oh, maybe if I can lean that in here. That lean. That lean. No. Oh, well. Oh, who's coming, Martha, for you to do sightseeing with? Family from Netherlands or something, or? Oh, gotcha. And how was LA? I've been hearing like different stories that it's lots of homeless and stuff. Like that certain areas were really bad, and other areas are still not too bad. Alrighty. Seriously, why do these hairpins not want to stay on the desk? Oh, that's cool, Martha. Yeah, lots of homeless. Yeah, that's what I remember hearing, that there was tons and tons, that it was some area, like I said, some areas they can keep it a little bit at bay, but other areas that it was really tough to keep the homeless out. Yeah, so funny story, Martha, about Australia, kind of New Zealand. I was working for HMV and then called one of our stores to ask a question, and there was somebody with what I thought was an Australian accent, ended up being New Zealand. And I was like, oh my gosh, when did you get people from Australia? And he's like, oh, New Zealand, but they're leaving. And then I love the accent so much. I was like, I need Australian or New Zealand staff, and then ended up hiring some like a couple weeks later. So it was pretty funny. Hello, miss.
George.
We'll see. Trying to get it to work.
I can't believe you did that so quickly.
I don't think I don't know how long they'll last. I don't feel like they were certain tight. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw the part of you guys heading towards the Max Factor Museum, but
oh my god, I was in LA. How exciting!
Manuela was, yeah. She was. I originally thought they were hoping that she was going to meet up with Elena, but it looks like they never got the chance to meet up, which sucks. But it's funny because Manuela and I were talking about Max Factor because she's a big fan of Max Factor, and I was saying how I wanted that Marilyn Red, and I had to order it from the UK because we haven't had Max Factor here in like mega years. Like I think maybe my childhood is the last time I ever remember seeing Max Factor. So
it's funny. Max Factor did Lucy's makeup her second season of her series, second and third season.
Yeah, I remember hearing that there was, not with Max Factor himself, but I think with maybe children or grandchildren, that there was some kind of issue. So they, whatchamacallit, so it got pulled from North America. That's what I heard, but I don't know what the so-called drama is about, so no idea. But oh yeah, I saw that you got to see Viva Your Pretty.
Oh, I'm so jealous. You guys must have had a good time.
Yeah, they got some video. Manuel has some videos up on the IG. And then I think they did some lives too, but they were kind of like when I was working or something. So I really couldn't get as much far into them as I would have liked to, but there we are.
Yeah, LA is one of those places. There are parts of LA that I've always been interested in seeing, but I have no interest in going to LA.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. I'm just not that. Like I would go to Australia before I went to LA. I would
Well,
go to
right now especially. Yeah, right now LA is pretty scary. Well, a good chunk of the US is scary. Who am I kidding?
I'd go
But
to LA
then,
before I went to Florida.
though Florida doesn't really have any homeless though, which is a
Oh, is
plus.
that right?
Yeah, they have because they have very low taxes. They have very low taxes, no, almost no homeless. I was watching an interview with somebody, just some random interview, and he was saying he was doing an interview on some station, and he was saying something like, "Yeah, no, I've never seen any homeless here, but if there is, it must get quickly." What's that? Well, that was weird. And then the mayor called in from the town that he was in, and he's like, "Yeah, we have 152 homeless. We're dealing with it right now. They should be homed anytime now." And it was like, whoa, like that's like crazy. But yeah, they apparently keep their taxes really low. They make it really friendly for business. But that means, though, they can only do things when they have money. So yeah, so there's not a lot of technically besides weather incentives for homeless people to come there because they wouldn't get any help really or not a lot of help because there's such low taxes there. So you know, there's some pluses. I mean, especially if you're for business, right? There's definitely some pluses to be out in Florida, but I don't like anywhere with gators.
Yeah, I don't like any place where the wildlife could eat you and take you off into the woods. Like that's
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same thing too with Australia. I fondly call it the land of nope.
the whole country is a dare.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you want to go outside of the city. Like if you want to stay in the city, you know, fair enough. But as soon as you want to go out a little farther, don't know.
One of the shows I like to watch are the Finding Fisher mysteries.
Oh yes, I haven't watched the modern ones, but I like the original ones.
Yeah, I like it. I haven't seen the modern ones, but the original one, one of the deaths was caused by a spider.
Yeah. I have the movie, that last movie that they did. Yeah, I have that on DVD.
Yeah, it was fabulous.
Yeah.
Her and that actor who plays the detective, their chemistry is lovely.
Is really good. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Oh well, the curls aren't going to last very long today. They definitely needed an overnight, but that's okay.
Well, look at that.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah. Alrighty, let's do some lips. What are
like a porcelain doll.
Trying. Alrighty, so for lips, I do have it's a metallic, brownie metallic. And then I did bring a black lip liner, a red lip liner, and then I also have my favorite Besame red, which I just got a replacement for because I only have this much left.
Running out.
So what do you think? Red?
Yeah, I would go red. Yeah, just red it up. The only other thing I would say is a red lip liner and black lipstick, but you'd have to draw the lip liner in and ombre the black out to the red.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, yep, for sure. And then since if we're drinking and eating, it's not gonna. I don't know. I
would say line in red, lip in black, but yeah.
But I also have some. My lips are sealed, so that will seal it in. So
I'm using one of my favorite reds is this red from Juvia's place. It's a blue red.
I have one of theirs too.
It's called C'est La Vie.
Oh, I don't think it's the same one that I have. Oh, okay, it's a liquid. The one I have is Bullet.
And then I have a red lipstick from Root Cosmetics, which is another good red for me because it's a blue red. It needs to be. I don't know why and I'm sure I'd be fine in them if I would just commit to them, but I don't feel comfortable in corals or oranges. But I think they would look better on me than pinks. But somebody said to me the other day that they can't get over how good I look in pink blush for a ginger. And it had never crossed my mind
Yeah.
that you couldn't wear pink as a ginger. But I do have some, you sent me some coral lipstick. I've got some coral blush. So I think one day I'm just going to do a coral face.
Yeah, and I think the right pencil, if it's a little bit too coral, just change the pencil up. I would probably think would be the better move to do.
I have a bunch of P. Louise lip liners that came with the Christmas advent calendar, and they're all tones of brown or gingery brown. You know,
Nice.
so they're great for corals. But as I say, I don't wear. I like the darker browns for the red, but it has to be an orange red. The blue reds don't blend with the browns.
Yeah. But you can always play around and see, because sometimes, like, I used to not be able to wear red, but as I got older, I lost more and more pigment in my lips, and now red looks better. But originally, I think when I had more pigment, it always looked odd. So I would wear more, just more burgundy, raisiny type colors, and it was better. But you know, try to decide if I want lashes or not. I love lashes, but the thought of wearing them for hours and hours and hours is not a fan.
Well, yeah, and if you're going to be drinking at some point, you're probably better to just not.
Yeah, I don't want lashes in my drink.
I have to do ones. I think that'll be the last thing I do before I move is I'll make myself a bunch of new eyelashes.
There you go. Get the glue on the old place. But this palette is awesome. This blue is really staying on really nice.
I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, it was your choice. I just picked. You know what? I picked that.
You never know with a new brand, right? It could be like the reviews all say it's good and it doesn't work for you or whatever, right? So.
Well, the first one that you showed me was that Korean company, and I just, even though they were having a sale, there was something about the price they wanted for the pigment they had. I just thought that's not worth it. And then there was
the flower nose. Yeah.
Really, they were having a sale and everything, but it was just like, I don't know. I felt this palette had more usefulness for you, because I thought you could definitely use it for one look or use parts of it in other looks. The shades that look unique. There was a third brand you suggested, and I just didn't like.
The flower nose I only did was because they were having a sale and they had free worldwide shipping at that point. I love their packaging, and I only have one palette and one little brush. So I thought, whatever, if you pick something from there, it would be whatever. And then Haggart was having a sale as well, too. So I thought that way it keeps the price down. But it's something I've been dying to try, right? And I can't remember what the third brand is either anymore. But
there was a third one. I don't know who it was.
But I really did like... well, if I'm not doing lashes, maybe what I could do.
And Glamlight was teasing us with the crow.
Yeah. Oh no, it was who still hasn't shown anything. I'm angry. Is Creature. They're the ones they brought it up first, and not a peep. And then Wicked Widow got theirs, and then
that's gorgeous.
They said they were getting it. They got it. They released it. Good. I mean, it still could be a couple weeks to ship, but I'm hoping, because I had it by 9:01, almost 9:02, so I'm hoping I'm on the top of the list of the ones that they ship. So I have hearts, I have a heart, I have spider webs, and I have bats.
Oh, I think a heart.
A heart? Alrighty. I finally bought from Weaselware. They had this little goth box that has some lashes, these pencils, and something else. And then I wanted a purse. So I got this purse. Freaking thing won't hold my phone. With a case, without a case, it doesn't hold my phone. So right now it's just hanging on the wall looking green.
Oh, no.
Darn it. But, there we go.
That remember one year for my birthday, a friend of mine gave me a Hello Kitty purse. But it was more like a satchel, like it went across your body, and it was just one soft bag with a zipper top, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
I love that Hello Kitty purse, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, Hello Kitty is a lot of fun. Heart. There we go. So, whoops, the box there. So I think that's the look. If I take the, and I can put them back in a minute. Quite decided if I'm going to stick a hair flower or something in there yet, but
Get that clip in the back of your head.
Oh yeah, I'll take that out later. Just doing it so I want to keep it in space. But there we go.
You look gorgeous.
There we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Chloe Demure. You got gorgeous doll, you. Happy birthday to you. Try not to get the hammer.
Yes, no, once in a week is good, I think. Yes.
Well, and if you do it twice in a week, just once a year.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Well, there we go. There's my look. I'm leaving those back still in though. And so that's my live. So that was lots of fun. Thank you for hanging out with me.
Thank you for inviting me. I couldn't imagine just watching. I'd have to be involved.
No, that was nice, entertaining the masses while I ran out. And the longest part was putting this on. I was like, come on. When am I going to give up? And just when I was going to give up, it went on. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, have the best time. Take lots of pictures. Many happy returns. And I'm sure you're going to do a video with this palette dedicated for the palette. Yeah,
I do.
Because as I say, I like what you've done, but I really wasn't watching you do it. So
yeah. No, I think it's really nice. Well, we'll see how long it lasts all night, like if it breaks apart or anything. But the black went on really nice, the dark blue over top, and the shimmer went really nice. So yeah, I kind of like it.
The blush is really suiting you.
Yeah, I still have to try the orange one, so I'll probably try an orange look with it as well.
You used is such a nice soft, literal blush color on you. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd use the light one for most of it, and just a little bit of the darker pinky orangey shade for on top.
Well, I think that's fabulous. Well done.
Excellent. Well, thank you for getting it for me. It's awesome.
Well,
I love it.
An ugly palette, but you didn't.
There we go. Well, I guess that's it from us today. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Manuela, Martha, Darcy, I know you're not here. Jamie for being here earlier. That was great. It's always nice when we have fun people to chat with. And of course, I always love shooting with you. It's always so much fun. And I'm wearing lipstick on my teeth. Come on now.
Are you right on your teeth? Right on your chompers?
You have to do that. Mm-hmm.
Can't take you nowhere.
There we go. All righty. Well, thanks so much. We'll see you, yes, definitely pretty soon, Martha. And that's it. All right. Bye. Oh, it's just me. There we go. End the stream.